All right, if you would, if you could try to graph this guy right here on this Cartesian. Remember, it's an inequality, so that's where we have to shade the true side. Remember doing that back in, I think it might have been section 2.5. So that is back a section or two. I gave you a couple hints. First, we're going to write it with an equal sign. So 2x minus y equals 4. Take the 2x to the other side. We'll have minus y equals negative 2x plus 4. Now we want it to be y, so we're going to multiply by negative 1 all the way through, so that'll change all these signs. Y equals positive 2x minus 4. Now you're ready to graph it. See if you can sketch that graph. Is this going to be a dotted line or a solid line? Anybody remember? It just says what? Greater than, so that makes it just a dotted line. So your intercept is negative 4. And your slope is positive 2 over 1. See if you can sketch out a little graph there, give you a little head start on me. Then we're going to put in our test value, and we're always looking for what side? The true side, whatever is true. Looking for that true side. So intercept right here. Positive 2 is our slope, so up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1 is a positive slope. We want to label a couple of points. This point here, x is 0, y is negative 4. The other intercept's pretty easy to get also. X is 2, y is 0. We do know it's a dotted line, right? So we'll dot him up. Our last idea then is to find out if it's where the true side is, okay? And can we use that right there? We can. Remember, I'm done with all this. I don't need any of that anymore. I just needed that to be able to graph the line, right? Anybody have a question right now? Now, the importance of this problem right here is this what we're going to do today right here. We're just going to add a second line and graph what they have in common. Hello, do you hear me? This is what you're going to do today. There's nothing new to learn. We're going to add a second line and just shade what they have in common, okay? So, go back to this. Zeros are clearly on this side. So I'm going to put 0 in for x. 0 times 2 would be 0. Minus 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. Is 0 greater than 4? Is that true or false? That's false. Some of you still had trouble with this. This side's false, right? We tried here. We put it in, zeros into the statement. That side's false. So which side? That means this side's the true side. Now, today, we're going to add maybe a third line coming down through here. A second line, I'm sorry. Okay? And let's say it's true this way. Okay? And then we will only shade what they have in common, which would be the red line coming down here, coming this way, the darker line coming up this way. They would have that little pizza pie in common right there. It's got a little cheese on it. Let me put some pepperoni in there too. Let's see. Colored pepperoni. There we go. I like pepperoni on my pizza. How about you guys?
Ooh, that's
That sounds good.
Okay, what else do we want to put on that pizza?
Pickles.
Pickles, I think that'd be green. Put some pickles on it.
Pineapple.
Pineapple, we already got yellow in there. What other color? Oh, anchovies. Anchovies, some pink anchovies in there.
Red peppers and peppers.
Those more like happy.
Red peppers, put some red peppers in there.
That sounds good.
That's a nice piece of pizza right there, isn't it?
I didn't sleep.
So,
Sorry, I had to go up.
what are we doing today?
I had pizza last night.
We are going to just graph the line, shade the area, put a second one on, and we're only gonna shade what they have in common. Okay? Let's dig right in. It's called a system of inequalities, system of linear inequalities. Okay? We're gonna put them in and shade them. Make sure you have 2 points. And I think you should be all right. Let's get straight to one of them. And so we're just gonna do one at a time. So again, these are already solved for y, so that's very helpful. This is gonna be y equals 1/2 x minus 3. Why am I writing with an equals? Only so I can do what? Graph it. Okay? Intercept that. -3. So that is 0, -3. Slope, positive 1/2. So up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. So we can label this as x at 0. Excuse me, x at 6, y at 0. I'm still working on this one. We'll keep him red. I don't need that anymore, but so I'm gonna get rid of that, okay? I'm only interested in this part now. Is it dotted or is it solid? Dotted, because it's just what? Less than. So we're repeating the same process that we just did, aren't we? How's everybody doing, okay? Let's stay with the red. So again, it's pretty easy right here, right? That's clearly above the line, isn't it? Okay? So let's put it. So we're gonna have 0, right? Is less than, that's gonna be 0, right? 0. So there's my statement. I have to decide whether that is true or false. Is -3 greater than 0 or is 0 less than it? What do you think, true or false? That's false. This is false. That means this side's false. So the true side is down. Now, I'm not gonna go crazy shady here because I know that the red dotted line is below. Does that make sense to you? Everybody okay? All right, let's start on our second line. Let's choose green for him. Y equals -x plus 2. So our intercept is where? Plus 2. So that is 0, 2. Our slope is -1 over 1. 1, 1. Down 1, over 1. Down 1, over 1. He's coming right down through here, isn't he? Don't need this anymore. I only want to use this. Dotted or solid? It is solid because we have the equals. I'm going to use this same test value right here. The red was false up here. Let's see where the green is going to be true at. I can still plug in 0 for this. If I put 0 here at 0, and there's my statement. You can read it both ways, folks, and it might help you not to be confused. Is 0 greater than 2? Or is 2 smaller than 0? Well, that's 2 is what? This statement, the green statement, is also what? False. So what does that mean where the true side is? Well, the true is going this way. Now, we're ready to figure out what they have in common. Well, the red's coming down here. The green's gonna pick up here. So there's my slice of the Cartesian coordinate system. What's that mean? Those XY coordinates in that quadrant over there, that little pizza slice, they will satisfy both of these. If I were to plug in some points over here, that would end up being true. Hopefully that makes sense to you. So let's think what a point over here might be. Let's come up with one just for kicks and giggles. Let's try that point. Is that point within that realm or that shaded area? So let's see, my X is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and my Y is -2. So if we were to plug 5 in for X and -2 in for Y, that would be 2. So let's see, -2 here. We put 5 into there, that's gonna be 5/2. And then we're gonna have -3, and that is a true statement, okay? Here we do the same. We're gonna put 5, -2 in here, we're gonna put -5 in here, and -2 is greater than -3, that is a true statement also. That little area over there would satisfy these two equations. How we doing? Everybody okay? Listen, I mean, there's nothing new here. We're just putting a second one on, right? How we doing with the true side and the false side? Always shade the true side. Let's try one more, and then we're gonna call it a day. See what you can do here. Give you a little head start on me. Remember, we can write them as y equals. That does sometimes helps. Y equals -3x plus 2. This is going to be y equals -1. X is going to be a straight line. Y equals -1. Y equals -1. So +2, I'm working on this guy right here. -3, so down 3. 1, 2, 3 over 1. It is a dotted line. So we're working on this guy right here. I'm gonna try zeros. My statement, my y is 0. I'm gonna get 0 there, I'm gonna get 2. Is 2 greater than 0? It certainly is. So blue's coming this way. We'll do this next line in red and see what we get. So I'm just about to shut that door for noise. All right, that's good. How can we help you? Let's see right now, it's right here. Yes, he does. So this last one now, y equals -1. I'm going to do it in red. It is a straight line and it is also a solid line, is it not? It's a solid line because it's greater than or equal to. Is everybody clear? All right, test value. Now this is a little different because it doesn't have an x and a y, it just has a y. So if I still plug in 0 there, which is fine, is that true or false? Is 0 greater than -1? You got to think about that one. Zero is greater than negative one. Okay? So the true side is here. So what do we got going on? Only shade what they have in common. Okay? Red line coming here, blue dotted takes over. There's our pizza slice. Okay? What does that mean? That means the X and Y coordinates in that quadrant do what? Satisfy those inequalities. That's it. Again, we did this with a single about 2 weeks ago, didn't we? We did this with a single about 2 weeks ago. Now, we're just adding that second one. What's the only thing new? You shade what they have in common. That's the only thing new today. How's that feel? Feel better? This will be our last one. Okay? Got it. Now, that's kind of a hard one. Let's go down one. There we go. There we go. Again, let's get the y equals so we can solve, or so we can graph. Let's do this one in red. He's gonna be y equals 4. We'll do this next one here in blue, 2x plus y equals 1. We got a little work to do there so we can graph that one. Let's do the red one first together. The red one first, it's a y equals line. We just had a y equals, didn't we? What is y equals, horizontal or vertical? Horizontal line. Is this gonna be dotted or solid? Huh?
Solid.
It's solid, it's greater than or less than. Okay, so that's just gonna be right here. Now, see if you can figure out if it's above it or below it for a positive, where we are, where it is true. Is it above it or below it, where it is true? So again, we're still gonna plug that test value in there. Zeros are always work. Now, don't get excited because there's only one variable. It's just y, so you can just plug in a 0 for y, right? Everybody understand that? It's the second one, that's why I put these up here. Okay? Is 4 greater than 0? Again, I said it already, you can read it both ways, it's 0, okay? So this guy, we don't wanna go shade crazy yet because we have another one to do. We'll do him in blue down here. Gotta take the y or 2x over, so it's gonna become negative 2x plus 1. Graph that one now. Plus 1's your intercept. Your slope is negative 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. He's gonna be what, dotted or solid? It's gonna be dotted. Plus 1 intercept. Down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. We can also go over 1 up 2. Doesn't matter, it's the same. What do we say, solid?
Dotted.
Oh, this is dotted. Okay? Now, it's close, but 0 is clearly over here, okay? It doesn't go through 0. If it went through the origin, then we have another issue. We have to try to come up with a different x and y coordinate. What would be the best x and y coordinate if we didn't use 0, probably? 1, 1, because that's pretty easy to calculate.
Mr. Greg, are you here all day in this room?
I am. Mr. Mattingly is in here second period, but I'm in here all day. I like this room.
Well, I'm off the first floor, huh?
They got me up here where I'm all by myself up here too.
Have a good day, folks.
Thank you, Mr. Tobin. All right. What am I at? Blue, right?
Yep.
0 here, 0 here. It's gonna be 0. This is my statement, is 1 greater than 0.
Yes.
1 is greater than 0, isn't it? So this guy's getting shaded this way. For some reason it doesn't feel right, but I think it is. What do they have in common? Red coming to here, dotted line coming to here. It's a big area right here, isn't it?
A big piece of fun.
That's a large double pepperoni. Questions? Nothing new, is it? Extra spot to shade. How we doing? Good enough. Gotta get there. How about 2, 3, 4, and 5? How about that? 4 little problems. Get them done, submit. Got it? You'll be done before you leave today.